Vishnupad, Paramhams, Parivrajakachaри, Ashtodasar Srimad Srila Abhaya Charnarvrind, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnavrind ki, World Holy Name week ki jai. Nitai Go Premanande, Hare. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai. So today we'll be reading from Canto 8 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 23, The Demigods Regain the Heavenly Planets. We're doing text number 16. This is all in the flavor of the Holy Name month. Is it the month or just the week? Week, all right. I thought it used to be the Holy Name month. Okay, Holy Name week. And yes, for us it is the Holy Name lifetime. And lifetime upon lifetimes. Yes. So yes, we'll all do Mangal Charan. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vangsha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patithanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayat Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Text 16. Mantratas tantratas chidram Deshakalarha vastuta Sarvam karoti nischidram Anusankirtanam tava Mantratas tantratas chidram Deshakalarha vastuta Sarvam karoti nischidram Anusankirtanam tava Anusankirtanam tava Vaishnavas. Mantratas tantratas chidram Deshakalarha vastuta Sarvam karoti nischidram Anusankirtanam tava Mantratas tantratas chidram Deshakalarha Mantratas tantratas chidram Deshakalhara vastuta Sarvam karoti nischidram Anusankirtanam tava. Word for word. Mantrataha. In pronouncing the Vedic mantras improperly. Tantrataha, in insufficient knowledge for following regulative principles. Chidram, discrepancy. Desha, in the matter of country. Kala, and time. Arha, and recipient. Vastuta, and paraphernalia. Sarvam, all these, karoti, makes, nischidram, without discrepancy, anusankirtanam, constantly chanting the holy name, tava, of your Lordship. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnarvind, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. There may be discrepancies in pronouncing the mantra and observing the regulative principles. And, moreover, there may be discrepancies in regards to time, place, person, and paraphernalia. But when your Lordship's holy name is chanted, everything becomes faultless. Jai. Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended Harer Nam, Eva Kevalam, Kalahu Nasyeva, Gatir Anyatha. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. Brihan Naradiya Purana 38.126. In this age of Kali, it is extremely difficult to perform Vedic ritualistic ceremonies or sacrifices perfectly. Hardly anyone can chant the Vedic mantras with perfect pronunciation or accumulate the paraphernalia for Vedic performance. Therefore, the sacrifice recommended in this age is Sankirtan, constant chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Yagne Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti hi sumedhasaha. Bhagavatam 11.5.29. Instead of wasting time performing Vedic sacrifices, those who are intelligent, those who possess good brain substance, should take to the chanting of the Lord's holy name, and thus perform sacrifice perfectly. I have seen that many religious leaders are addicted to performing yagyas and spending hundreds and thousands of rupees for imperfect sacrificial performances. This is a lesson for those who unnecessarily execute such imperfect sacrifice. We should take the advice of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yagnai Sankirtana Praye Yajanti hi Sumedhasaha. Although Shukracharya was a strict Brahmana, addicted to ritualistic activities, he also admitted, Nischidram Manu Sankirtanam Tava. My Lord, constant chanting of the holy name of your Lordship makes everything perfect. In Kali Yuga, the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies cannot be performed as perfectly as before. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami has recommended that although one should take care to follow all principles in every kind of spiritual activity, especially in the worship of the deity, there is still a chance of discrepancies. And one should compensate for this by chanting the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In our Krishna consciousness movement, we therefore give special stress to the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra in all activities. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Fired up. So we are jumping cantos, but now we are in canto 8. So first, what is the scene? What is going on? On one corner, we see Bali Maharaj, stripped of all his possessions. On one corner. In another corner, we see the demigods, regained with all their possessions. On another end, we see Prahlad Maharaj, amazed by this activity. On another scene, we see Shukracharya, sitting, contemplating what has gone on. His one eye busted. His one eye is busted. Right? This is the scene. Understand the scene, what is going on. Look left, look right. What is going on? Where are we? Right? This is happening. Right? All the great personalities are there. Bali Maharaj's, in most, I think Bhakti Vinod Swami says daughter. In some Purana it says sister as well. What's her name with R? Who becomes Putana? Her name is Adar. I forgot now. Huh? No, her name was Adar. I don't remember now, but anyway. Bali Maharaj's sister is also there. And she has observed and she becomes Putana in next life. Right? Why she becomes Putana? Because first she sees such a beautiful young boy. She says, I wish he was my son so I could milk him. Yeah, give him milk. Sorry, not milk him, I apologize. Give him milk. Right? We want to all milk Krishna. That's the default mentality. Let's milk Krishna. Let's get all the juice out of Krishna. But no, she wanted to give. She had a giving mentality. But then when she sees that this personality has become huge and taken away everything from Krishna, then she says, I wish I can kill him. So in that mood, right? Just in that mood, she gives up her present body and becomes Putana in the next. Right? So all of these personalities are there. Everybody is there. Bali Maharaj has just been released from the, Nagapasa, the serpent ropes. Right? Another person who had serpent ropes, you remember? Who has serpent ropes? Lakshmana, you remember? Meghanath, he smashed them, with the snake rope. Right? So, this Nagapasa is there. It's a very universally used to bind someone up. So all of these things are happening. Now, here what happens is, Bali Maharaj is released. Krishna encourages Bali Maharaj, now you please go to Sutala. Demigods, you have now, got everything. Now Vamana, the topmost Brahmana, this keyword, topmost Brahmana, sits down and says, my dear Shukracharya, you are the most knowledgeable. Right? This is the scene. He says, you are the most knowledgeable. So tell me, what are some of the good things and some of the discrepancies that Bali Maharaj's sacrifice could not be fructified? Now, where is this scene happening? First thing. Do you know where this is happening? Near Madhuvan, in Vrindavan. If you go in Vrindavan and you do Vraja Parikrama, you will come to Bali Tila. That is where the sacrifice took place of Bali Maharaj. Right? So this is also happening in an auspicious dham. All of this scene is happening in an extremely auspicious place. And now Shukracharya has been asked this. Now he is responding. There may be discrepancies in pronouncing the mantras and observing the regulative principles, Mantratas, tantratas. So we have mantra and we have tantra, right? Some people who are who are involved in black magic, they use tantra for negative, for hurting people, right? There are some, not all tantra people do that, but people who are in black magic, they tend to use tantra to hurt people, right? But we also do tantra. We also do. This is Vaishnava Tantra. What is the name of the book? Narada Bhakti Sutra. The Vaishnava Tantra. Right? So this is Vaishnava Tantra. So what is our Tantra? Tantra means to use the body to deliver yourself. Right? Mantra means to use the mind to deliver yourself. Tantra means to use the body. How do we use the body to deliver ourselves? By performing regulative principles, by doing DD worship. There's so many things we are all doing. Everybody waking up in the morning, taking a shower, even that is considered Tantra. Yeah? It's part of the process. It is. All of that is considered part of the process. Right? Dressing nicely, looking nicely. All of that is considered part of the process. So this is Tantra. One is following the regulative principles. Right? And one may also be saying mantras. You may do, some of you may be Brahmanas, you're doing Gayatri mantra. Or some of you may be, just doing, worship. So you may, do your pranam mantras. Many things, right? Or you may meet your Guru Maharaj and you may do your pranam mantras. There are many mantras that you will say. Right? There will be fault in them. If nothing else, there is a fault of our intent. So some, content also is faulty. Like, we're not saying the mantra properly. Namo, am I pronouncing it correct? Like, Om, Namam Vishnapadaya. So we like our songs, right? We love our tunes. But how do you actually pronounce it? If you really get to the crux of the pronunciation. The crux, it's very hard to pronounce. It's actually very hard to pronounce these mantras. Right? So, content anyway is faulty. But more faulty than that is our intent. Right? That is the biggest fault. The biggest fault is our intent. And content can be faulty. It's like a child, like a little baby. Cannot speak. I have a little baby now. Cannot speak. Right? Now, right? Her content may be faulty. Content may be fully faulty. I just don't understand what's going on. But the intent is nice. Fully surrendered. So, okay, I will deal. Are you understanding? The intent is very nice. Content may be faulty. Right? Srila Prabhupada writes in the introduction, there may be a fault in our translation in English. Yes? Content may be faulty. Who's saying that? But our intentions are very good. You see? This is what makes a pure devotee. So in today's shloka, we will focus on quality. Our entire focus on this shloka today is going to be on quality. Right? That actually one should be qualified. Right? One has to be qualified. So we will focus quality on the three main qualities of the soul. Sat, Chit and Ananda. Okay, we're going to focus on these three things. Because we are talking about Chidram. Chidram means there is a discrepancy, there is a fault. But if you look at us as the soul, we are souls. Our very first quality is Sat, eternal. Is there a fault in that? Is there a fault in our eternality? We were discussing this wonderful concept in Bhakti Vriksha also. So it's nice concept. So we'll discuss here also. This quality of eternality, is there a discrepancy in that? Because we are saying our intent has a problem. Right? And our core quality as a soul, my quality is Sat, is the very first quality. Is there a discrepancy in that? Yes, there is. There is. That's why you will start understanding the concepts of Nitya Siddha and Nitya Baddha. Let's take Narad Muni as an example. Okay, Narad Muni was a Gandharva. Yes? Was he a Nitya Siddha at that time? Think. Was he a Nitya Siddha at that time? Or was he a Nitya Baddha? There are two positions, right? There's the Nitya Siddha and there's the Nitya Baddha. And then in Nitya Baddha you have Jivan Mukta, Jivan Lipta. But we're not going to go into too much detail. Like we'll just keep it at the top level. We just stick on the top. We don't want to go too down now. But you just want to keep it simple. There's Nitya Baddha and there's Nitya Siddha. So the question becomes, am I eternally bounded? Or am I eternally liberated? That means I wasn't bounded. What's going on? It's a very tough one. When you have to deal with eternality, we can't think like that. We don't think with terms of eternality because we are bounded. Right? We are using our tongue, we are using our body, so we are bounded. So that's why mantra is more powerful because it's unbounded. Anyway, we'll come to all that. How mantra is superior because it's unbounded, right? Tantra is bounded. It is limited. It is limited to whatever you can see in front of you, right? Srila Prabhupada was one time had gone to a devotee's house, and then there was when I say devotee means he got an invitation from a patron. So he went to the patron's house. Right? And the devotees were there, and then Srila Prabhupada ate, and after some time, I forget who it was, he said, Srila Prabhupada, today's Ekadashi. He says, you fool. Now you're telling Guru that this thing had all this. Right? Sometimes what happens is the Tantra, he says, okay, no problem now. All right, what to do? Sometimes Tantra can have limitation. Tantra is limited, right? So that's why mantra is more superior. But anyway, come back to our train of thought. Our train of thought is Nitya Baddha and Nitya Siddha. So first he says that he was a Gandharva, then he becomes the son of a Shudra, then he gets, what does he tell Vyasadeva? Then I become liberated. Right? Now he's liberated. So now the question becomes, is he Nitya Baddha or is he a Nitya Siddha? So to understand this concept, we have to first recognize that I am eternal. Okay? All of us here are eternal. Very hard to accept this. But it's a fact. So now if we are eternal, our quality is eternal. What we do is we observe everything from the prism of eternality. Are you understanding? All of us observe everything from the prism of eternality. Okay? So, I gave the same example that we'll use the same thing here. Let's say there is a scene. There is one scene where, I am, slapping some person. Okay? So I'm slapping this person. And you can see the scene and it's frozen, There's a slap cheek and it's bent like this. The scene is frozen. Now, a person who's a Nitya Baddha, what does he see? He sees, there is aggression, I need justice, this is unfair, all of these thoughts come. A person who's Nitya Siddha, how does he see that scene? Oh, this is Krishna conscious. Okay? One scene, same scene. Two people with two different visions are observing the same scene in two different ways. Alright? So that is why Kunti Maharani is asking Krishna, Krishna, put us in trouble. No problem. Right? Why? Because she's a Nitya Siddha, so she doesn't see the trouble. Are you noticing? She doesn't see the trouble. She is seeing the fact that, we are always remembering Krishna. So, a Nitya Siddha is not bounded by Tantra, by the physical situation. A Nitya Siddha observes everything from the process of mantra, from the meditation. Are you understanding what a Nitya Siddha does? He does not look at it from the perspective of, there is a physical limitation here. No, he always looks at it from the meditation. Krishna is being meditated. It's glorious. Yes? A Nitya Baddha will always look at it from the physical representation, never from the meditation process. Are you understanding the difference? So that is why the word Nitya comes. How are you eternally bound? Because once upon a time we were with Krishna. Every one of us. We were with Krishna. Right? Now we are Nitya Baddhas. Alright? So, how do we remember our time with Krishna? How do we remember it? With hatred. With envy. That's how we remember it. Right? Why do you think we are so nicely sitting here? In Kali Yuga. In our Padmasana. In our lotus. Why are we sitting here? Why? Because we see those days with eyes of hatred and envy. Irsha, Dvesha, Samutvena, Dvanda Mohena Bharata. Right? We are seeing this with this vision. Okay, I am bound. Like I hate Krishna. I'm envious. Gopinath, I am chanting for 17, 18, 20, 30 years. What is going on? Where is my $1 million? Everybody else got their million. We are here. We are always looking at it from that vision. Nitya Baddha. Right? A Nitya Siddha. He is always looking at it from the vision of, Gopinath, you are always here. I can see a rhino coming towards me, about to, pierce my body with the, with the top horn of the rhino. Gopinath, you are so great. That's devotee. You understand? That is Nitya Siddha. So when you start understanding what this term eternal means, you'll start seeing it's all about how we are observing the world. We are eternal. It is our qualification. That are we observing the world through tantra or through mantra? That is the question. That is it. Right? I mean, I'm using the word tantra, but is it tana or mana? Like basically, I mean, I'm using the word tantra, but actually it's tana or mana. Are we observing it through, and here it is said, kala desha vesha? Are we observing it through that? That is what we mean by tana. When we are saying tan, we think here it is said, right? Kala desha vesha. Are you observing the world through these three things? Or are you now looking at the world through the meditation of Krishna? Which way are you looking? That decides whether you're a Nitya Siddha or you're a Nitya Baddha. That's it. And yes, it is eternal. That's the key word. It is eternal. Because now, suddenly we are fallen. We observe everything with that vision. Imagine Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Let's just take that for a second, right? They are Jaya and Vijaya. They love Krishna. How come they generated so much hatred? Hiranyakashipu is about to kill his 5-year-old son. That's some solid hatred. It is not liquid hatred. Solid, hardcore, diamond grade hatred. Right? Hardcore hatred. How did that happen? It is just simply once the vision becomes like that, then you look at everything from that position. Are you understanding? Right? Because we are eternal, if the soul now wears red glasses, everything is red, eternally. This is the catch. Eternally. Why? Because we are eternal. But Prabhu, the time before he wore the glass, there is no time. It's eternal. It's eternal. Are you wearing glasses? Yes. All right, everything's red. Everything's red. There is no time that it wasn't red and now it's all red. Take the glasses off. Now everything is colorful. Everything is colorful. That is why Narad Muni is remembering his days of being a Gandharva, of being a Shudra, of losing his mother, being bitten by a snake. And he is explaining so nicely. Are you understanding? You will remember your life when we are back home. When we are sitting under a tree, as the cows are grazing, we'll be sitting and we'll remember our time. I was there in North Sydney temple. You'll remember. You will remember. Right? Now we'll come to we're slowly merging to the second quality, which is chitta. Right? The cognizance of everything. Right? But this eternal principle, first we have to understand, this qualification of eternality. Yes, there is chidram, there is discrepancy in that. 100%. 100% there is discrepancy in that. Right now that we are in this material world, there is a discrepancy in that quality. We are seeing everything in terms of kala desha vesha. How I can generate something. Okay, so there is discrepancy. Right, so that's one. Then the next quality you have is chitta, your cognizance. You will remember everything. Right now, what do we remember? You remember your pain and your joy. Your pain and your joy. Do you remember somebody else's pain and somebody else's joy? No. Let's say you're feeling bad. Some devotee shouted at you. Okay? Some devotee shouted at you. Very bad. You're like, let me go for a walk in St. Leonard's Park. Now you're walking in St. Leonard's Park. We are talking about, discrepancy in cognizance, right? Walk in St. Leonard's Park. A sad devotee shouted at me. Walking. Then you see a person, in a wheelchair. Right? In a mobile wheelchair. Coming, pressing the button and just moving. You're thinking, oh. Now for a moment, because you have read Shastra, you will take a philosophical position. Oh, this person's life is worse than me. Oh, I should be more happy. You'll have that philosophical position. Then the moment will pass. The person will go away. Right? And now you'll continue, oh, that devotee shouted at me, that devotee shouted at me. This is cognizance. This is our chidram, our discrepancy in our cognizance. Right? Because we are fully conscious of everything that has happened to us, not only in this lifetime, but across all our lifetimes. We are chitta. We have chitta potency. We remember everything. We remember. Right? Now, we are observing everything from the moment of my joy and my pain. But actually, chitta, when chitta expands, right? you start seeing that not only are we thinking about ourselves, we're thinking about others. And it gets to such a point, this cognizance will get to such a point in the process of chanting. So if you're thinking from the bodily perspective, we will be stuck here. When you start chanting, the process of mantra, our cognizance will come to such a point that we will be dasanu, 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 das. Are you getting to what point we get our cognizance opens up? Right now, who wants to be dasanu, 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 das? No. He says Vrajanath Krishna Das. No, Nath. Who remembers the Das? Who remembers the Das? Remember Nath. I should be king. What is that beautiful shloka? That Natve vaham jatu nasham natvem neme janadipa. Oh Arjuna, never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings. All these wonderful kings sitting here. All kings. Yes. Right? So our cognizance right now, because it is limited to the body, it's limited to the body, right? We are thinking how I can get the joy in, right? Mahaprasad comes out. Who should get the puri? Right? I'm just saying small things. It's fun, right? It's always fun. Does it mean I'm a terrible person? No. The fact that you love akama or sarvakama doesn't matter. Right? It's just to recognize. You recognize, but doesn't mean, oh, therefore I won't do anything. I'll become a robot and I'll just stand as a column here. No, I'll become like these, these columns here. No, that's not the point. The point is to recognize. We have to recognize, but you must be natural. One has to be natural in Krishna consciousness, right? But we must recognize. Sometimes when they're doing Abhishek and they remove the fruit garland immediately. Me. I want to get it. Yes. And is that wrong? No, it's not. You are desiring to have Krishna, that's okay. But when cognizance becomes expanded and real through the process of chanting, when that cognizance becomes real, now you are thinking dasanu, 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 das. Right? What is that beautiful shloka by Vritasura? Aham hare tava padeka mula dasanu daso bhavitasmi bhuya. It's beautiful, isn't it? Who is saying this? Vritasura. Vritasura is saying this. Dasanu daso bhavitasmi bhuya. Is it Vritasura? Amazing. Is it cognizant? He is a demon. He is a demon. He is attacking Indra. He is a demon. He is attacking Indra. But he understands his position. This is cognizance. You understand what cognizance is? So, our chit potency, through the process of chanting, our sat potency can get us from a nitya baddha stage to a nitya siddha stage. The process of chanting can get us there. In terms of our chitta, it will get us from a limited state of, the discrepancy of just thinking about ourselves to coming to a stage where we want just to be a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. That is the position we get to. Now many of us are thinking, I don't want to be there. Yes, that's okay. That's all right. Right now we don't want to be there. But eventually that is where we want to end up. Are you understanding? That's where we want to end up. We may not be there now. Okay? So now we've done chitta. Then final is ananda. Right? Now, what is our discrepancy in our ananda? What causes the greatest discrepancy in ananda? What causes nirananda? So effectively, sat, we discuss what causes asat, chit, what causes achit, and ananda, what causes nirananda? Because this is our chidram, this is our discrepancy. What causes the greatest nirananda? The mind. Body also causes pain. It's not like body doesn't cause pain. I just want to make this point. Body can cause pain. But what really causes us pain is our mind. Okay? You can see this from a child. Right? A child is walking, child falls. Okay? Child is walking, child. How many times have you seen a child fall? Multiple times. So many times. Right? My daughter, if she touches something, like this, touch something, immediately, oh, pain, dad, oh, pain. So the question is, what is the actual pain? Because it is not physical pain. What is the actual pain? The pain is that I, the Ishvara, the Bhogi, Ishvaro aham bhogi, right? Something impeded me. Now you are in pain. You are understanding what the real pain is? What is the impediment? What is the impediment? That something has stopped me. Try to understand. In Krishna book, we'll see all these wonderful demons, right? Ass demon, snake demon, this demon, that demon. These demons, they all have meditated and they can take any form. Understand? These demons can take any form. Okay? One guy has decided to take the form of a donkey. What does that tell you? You don't have to be human to enjoy. You can be a donkey and be happy. Now, what causes Dhenukasura's pain? Oh, somebody is impeding on my happiness. Are you understanding what is causing him pain? What is actually causing him pain? Not the fact that he's a donkey. A standard person would think that maybe the fact that you're a donkey could be the cause of... imagine you're having a psychology session with Dhenukasura. And Dhenukasura is lying down on his sofa and you're sitting with the book. Dhenuka, I think the problem is that you're a donkey. That's really the issue. No? That's not the problem at all. What's the problem? Dhenukasura will say, no. Why did Krishna come into Talavan? Talavan is mine. It's one of the forests in Vrindavan. Right? Dhenuka is one of those demons who is in Vrindavan, lives in Vrindavan. Kaliya being another. So, there are people who live in Vrindavan. Right? Dhenuka is one of them. Right? So the idea here is, he's saying, well, Talavan is mine. What are you doing here? So now he's agitated. So just like the child, it touches something, immediately starts crying. We can understand that although physical pain is true, physical pain exists and is true, what really causes us the problem is the mental pain. That I, the great, have been impeded. Making sense? That is what's causing the pain. Now, this mental pain can be resolved. It can be resolved through the process of chanting. This chidram, this discrepancy can be changed through the process of chant. Now, of all three, Sat, Chit and Ananda, of all the three qualities I have, and we all have as souls, the thing that will flip me out of this material manifestation is Ananda. Are you understanding? Sat is not getting us out. Right? Sat is not getting us out. Right? Because Sat, this question of eternality, is Brahmavad philosophy. It ain't getting you out. It's not going to get you out of this material manifestation. Chitta, Jnana, it ain't getting you out. Not out of this current situation. This, Kamala Jaladala, Jivana Talamala. This Talamala, it ain't getting you out. What's going to get us out is our realization of Ananda. When our mind starts tasting that there is something here. Right? There is something here. Now we can feel that we can get out. This is the stage of Ashakti and Ruchi. Like from that, now you have crossed over to Bhava Bhakti. Right? So, till Nishtha, Nishtha is the beginning stage of Bhava, the beginning stage. But till that time, it's okay. It's nice, but you'll struggle to get out. But from that point onwards, one can genuinely get out of this material manifestation. Genuinely. Out of this. And when we say material manifestation, Bali Maharaj is just going to Sutala. In this scene, Bali Maharaj is going to Sutala. So it is not that I've gotten out of this material, 14 planetary system. It is about the material mindset that I have gotten out of. Now, once you are clear on these three things, then a Nitya Siddha says, it doesn't matter where I am. I am clear in my Sat, I'm clear in my Chit, and I'm clear in my Ananda. I can be anywhere. Are you understanding? How a devotee then decides, I can be anywhere. I could be in hell as long as I have association of the devotees, cognizance. Right? As long as I have eternal association of the devotees, Sat, Chit, Ananda, I can stay anywhere. Are you understanding now that statement? As long as I have eternal, sat, association, chitta, this is your chitta position, then I can be anywhere, ananda. I can be anywhere. Are you getting how this works? It's amazing, isn't it? When you see this philosophy bubble out like this, you're like, whoa. It's like the Matrix. You're suddenly seeing stuff. This is joining here, this is connecting here. It's like, imagine you enter, devotee's room. And it's like a big board with all wires, This is here and this is here, this is connected to this. Circuit board. This is the circuit board of our Krishna consciousness. Everything is interconnected. And that is why our philosophy becomes so amazing. Because what we are saying is, mantra tantra chidram, right? There is discrepancy in what? Desha kalara vastutha. In kala, desha and vesha. In time, kala, in desha, in the place, and in kala, desha, vesha, and your circumstance. Sorry, desha is circumstance, vesha in your how you're situated. Right? Kala, desha, vesha. In these three, time, place, and circumstance, in these three situations, there will be fault. There is going to be discrepancy when we look at it from the material manifestation. The same three situations, when seen by a devotee as a Nitya Siddha, he doesn't see any problem. That is why when Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj meets Srila Prabhupada for the first time, he says, you must preach. Yes? Simple statement. What does Srila Prabhupada say? First, India must be free. We cannot wait. This message of Lord Chaitanya cannot wait for these small things like independence. Right? Tell this to any a nationalistic Indian. This statement. Tell it to anyone. What are you talking about? India must be the top in economy. In this, then only we can showcase our Vedic culture. No. No. These small things, these small things like India, this Lord Chaitanya's mission cannot wait for that. Wow. Fired up, isn't it? You cannot wait. Oh no, first I must be free, then I must do this. So you're watching all the political debates and you're watching this and you're thinking, yes, Anthony Albanese when he does this, or I'll vote for this person. All of these, they do not matter. This Kala, Desha, Vesha does not matter. When it comes from the vision of a devotee. Doesn't mean therefore the devotee goes running around naked. I mean, great devotees do that. We don't. Right? We are understanding this. Srila Prabhupada says that you should be intelligent. Right? What does Srila Prabhupada write here? I'm just trying to find that line. Brain. Where was that line? It's a very beautiful line. If I can get it. Okay, I'm not able to find it. But Srila Prabhupada says, one who has brain, like real brain power, he's chanting. In this purpose. So beautifully he writes. When you have, he's chanting. This personality is chanting. Why? Because by this process of chanting, right? Sarvam karoti nischidram. That nischidram. Chidram is discrepancy. But if you are chanting the Maha Mantra, everything, sarvam karoti nischidram. Now there is no discrepancy. So when Arjuna is standing and shooting the arrow and chopping off Karna's head, no discrepancy. When Krishna is telling Yudhishthir, tell Ashwathama is dead, no discrepancy. There is none. But in this scene, Prabhu, this happened. It is not a discrepancy. Krishna is there, it's not a discrepancy. It is nischidram. Everything is perfect. But Abhimanyu died, 8 warriors killed him together. No discrepancy. It's hard. These things are hard to accept. But when one sees it from a vision of a devotee, there is no discrepancy. I see my Guru Maharaj. Oh my God, sometimes, I'm reading and I sometimes feel so much. I'm thinking, wow, so much pain. But then, remember what I said, that you see the person and then immediately I think, but I'm in so much trouble. You see, mind is like that. But there are some moments in your journey you start realizing, no, actually, wait, this is so much pain. But still, personality is preaching, the personality is doing so many activities. There must be love there. How else is this possible? It's only love that can run the engine. Right? We are thinking, no, the mechanical power, it's the Kala Desha Vesha that runs the engine. No. Kala Desha Vesha doesn't run the engine. The engine of our manifestation here, whether it be this physical body, whether it be our consciousness or how we observe, is run through the eyes of love. But right now it is, it is the darpana, the cheto darpana marjana. The darpana is, it's clouded. So we see everything through lust. Because it's clouded, right? The mirror is dusted. So everything is looking wrong. But the real principle is love. And the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, Anu Sankirtanam Thava. Anu Sankirtanam, this chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha mantra, Thava, to the Lordship. This will change our vision and will make our situation nischidra. Though it doesn't feel like it, it's a fact. It doesn't feel like it. But when we will be sitting someday in Vrindavan, we will remember these things. And we will laugh. We will laugh. Though right now it's not funny. Right? When the shower opens and the cold water hits the body, it's not funny. Is it funny? It's not funny. People outside are laughing. Look, listen to him. Listen to him. Outside people are laughing. We will laugh like that. That's how we will laugh when we reflect back at these moments. Yeah? So we'll end here. Devotees want to share something? No? Alright, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Go Premanande, Hari Hari Prabhu.